Look what we found, a totally twisted equation. Perfect, because at Twisted Math Camp, we hunt down the mistakes and then we untwist the confusion or the things you mislearned in Algebra 1 so that we can get this fixed before you move on to Algebra 2, because Algebra 2 hates this. See if you can find the mistake. Hey, it feels right, but the problem is right here. Let me show you. So there's nothing wrong with factoring an x out. That's not mathematically incorrect. It's just that that is the wrong way to start. Because coming up with an answer of 14 means that if you substitute it back in, it's supposed to work. Well, if you put a 14 here, you would have to get a 1 here. This 14 times 1 is 14, right? But 5 times 14 minus 3, I don't know what that is off the top of my head, but that ain't 1. And you can't set anything equal to 14. You wanted to set this equal to 0. It's called the zero product property. The mistake is right here with how this problem started. There was no math mistakes in here, no arithmetic mistakes. So let's do it again. And this time, we'll do it the way you're supposed to do it, where you set it equal to 0. So I'm going to have to rewrite this as 5x squared minus 3x, subtract the 14 from both sides, and you get a 0. Now if you need to review factoring, the way I like to factor is using the AC method. So I'm going to multiply those two together, 5 and negative 14, that's negative 70. So I need two numbers that multiply to be negative 70, but when you combine them are going to be a negative 3. 7 and 10, you could run through the list and I'll show you how to do that in that video. Now let's fix up the signs. Since this is negative, I need these to be one positive, one negative. The clue is what the sign is of this. This minus 3 means the 10 had to be negative. A 7 and a negative 10, I'll end up with a negative 3 in the middle. Alright, so I like to use boxes. More than one way to do this for sure. Okay, so the 5x squared goes here, the negative 14 goes there, 7x here, minus 10x there. Now pull out any common factors. Well, from 5x and 7x, it's just going to be an x. Now, a negative 10x and a negative 14, you're leading with a negative, pull a negative, and that's going to be a negative 2. You can factor up, or you can cheat and use this like a multiplication table. What do you multiply times x to get 5x squared? Well, that would be 5x. 5x times x is 5x squared. 5x times negative 2 is negative 10x. What do you multiply times x to get a 7x? 7. 7 times x, 7x. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. So here are your factors. 5x plus 7 and x minus 2 equals 0. That is the line you need instead of this one right here. Once it's set equal to 0, you can use the zero product property. Two things multiplied together equals 0 means one of them had to equal 0, not 14. So 5x plus 7 equals 0, or x minus 2 equals 0. That one's easy. X equals 2, so we got one answer. Now this one, subtract 7 from both sides. 5x equals negative 7. Divide both sides by 5. X equals negative 7/5. These are the correct answers. The process, similar to doing it wrong, but that zero product property is the thing that has all the juice. You can't do the 14. If you have a favorite mistake from Algebra 1 that you're afraid you're going to carry into Algebra 2, let me know in the comments. Check out this video.